Like I said a month ago, it is time for the first review on this channel. I've been wanting to make this for a really long time. Like right after I made the video, I don't know. I've been writing the script for a bit. It took me a little while to get the computer so I can get the footage and everything. And well, here it is. Need for Speed Carbon, Own the City, for the PlayStation Portable. You start the game off with a cutscene, a race against your brother, Mick. During the race, Mick's car gets pushed by an unknown racer, and his car gets totaled as well. Shortly afterwards, your car crashes into a truck. I also forgot to mention that Mick dies during this accident. Sob sob. But do you die? Hell yes. I'm just kidding. With the insane power of luck, you survive, but you end up in the hospital as well. 6 months right after the whole incident, you suddenly wake up, and a girl is talking to you. The girl's name is Sarah. 3 weeks after Sarah's visit, you're out of the hospital, fully healed up and ready to go. Meeting Carter, your ace, and your wingman. Sarah tells you that she needs to take you somewhere and asks if you can still drive. Alright, I'm just gonna cut this here. Here begins the very first problem with the story. And probably the only problem. You're just out of the fucking hospital and you already go for a high-speed drive. Didn't really think this through, did you, EA? Or did you even think this through? I mean, think logically. Does that even make sense? Anyways, just let's get back to the review. After the little race, you arrive at the graveyard in front of Mick's grave. At that point, well, not exactly, but it's just how I wrote this, but at that point, we also found out that Sarah was Mick's girlfriend. Carter then shows you a picture of the tragic race, showing you your car next to the unknown racer, tossing Mick around like a big bouncy ball. Man, I love balls. The in-game player, that's you, briefly remembers the look of the car, which is an Eastsiders 240 SX. Very good reference to Need for Speed Underground, EA. I like it. Sarah then tells you that she's been searching for the third car ever since, but no one's seen it. And pretty much you can just find out the rest of the story yourself. I don't want to spoil too much. Besides, I already think I spoiled too much. Whatever. Oh yeah, and my thoughts on the story, that it feels very, very unpolished. A bit boring, to be honest. But for a PSP game, especially a racing game, I can kind of accept that. So, that's the story of the game, I guess. Blah. Like any game, the most important aspect of a video game is nothing but the gameplay. You can skip the crappy storyline, the mediocre graphics, and whatever, but if the gameplay sucks, the game sucks. Now, the gameplay for Need for Speed Carbon Own the City completely differs from its predecessor, Need for Speed Most Wanted 510. It uses a totally new physics engine. What is wrong with me? However, it feels very unpolished and very rushed, as most cars, but take note, most, not all, accelerate just way too quickly. And they all feel like they control exactly the same, but that kind of feels in almost every game. Racing game, sorry. Oh, and just like the PC version, there is a crew mechanic here. In the PC version, you get blockers who just like knock out opponents for you so you can get a better lead. Drafters who are very abusable and you can get an insane amount of speed from them. And scouts who just find shortcuts for you. While in Need for Speed Carbon Own the City, you have brawlers who knock out cars right in front of you. If you're in first place, brawlers are completely useless. Drafters who have a wider range but weaker power than the PC counterpart, and assassins. No, 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 not those assassins. These assassins. These assassins, they drop spike strips for your opponents, and it doesn't matter what position you are, as long as the enemy racer is in range. But the problem with the assassin is they are very inaccurate and they never catch up. They're always like 70 million feet or kilometers behind you. They're like, it takes like 40 minutes to like catch up to you to even try to drop the spike strip. So, in other words, never use the assassin. Never. Don't even think about it. You should better use a brawler plus drafter combo. Oh, and just like its PC counterpart, this game also has subclasses for specific crew members. Except instead of 3, you have 2. Mechanic, who just gives you more horsepower for your car in a race. Oh god, just what we fucking need. And fixers, who give you a little bit of extra cash whenever you win. The game progression for Carbon on the City is pretty much Carbon and Most Wanted hybrid, as in Carbon for PC. There are a total of 14 territories, counting a total of 14 bosses for each territory. Haha, major improvement over the PC version. Compare 4 to 14. And the game has a total of 6 crews. The Berserkers, Eastsiders, Sirens, Magus, Corpse, and Crimson. The 6 major bosses of each crew are Striker, who is the leader of Berserkers, Poor Boy, who the leader of Eastsiders. Why not Eddie? Layla 1, the leader of the Sirens, Buddy, the leader of Magus, MK, the leader of Corpse, and X, the leader of Crimson. However, even if the gameplay is horribly unpolished, feels horribly rushed, whatever, you get the point, but I still got enjoyment out of this game. A lot. This game can be pretty rewarding and pretty enjoyable, both at the same time. In my opinion, of course. The gameplay section was really long, and I probably put out a lot of misguided information or just like skipped something. And the graphics section is gonna be really short. The graphics for this game are well done for a PSP title, but the city itself is just an industrial version of Rockport from Need for Speed Most Wanted for PC. The cutscenes, as you can probably tell, are in a similar comic/cartoon style used in Need for Speed Underground 2, and to me, it just doesn't work well with this game. That is about it with the graphics. Now is my favorite part of the review. The rants! Alright, let's begin. The first problem is what I mentioned in the graphics section. The map is just a mirrored, rotated industrial version of Rockport, cutting out Camden Beach. Another problem with this game is the AI. It puts up no challenge. It's really, really hard to lose in this game. So the game holds your hand almost through the entire course of the fucking game. It is near impossible to lose a race in this game, unless you are driving a stock car. Oh, and the police AI isn't too impressive either. Wait. Facepalm. How did I forget to tell you this? This game has police! No, seriously, this game has police. But it's broken. It's there no purpose. Their physics are just fucked up. And I just don't know. It's like they were put in the last minute. Just literally serve no purpose in the game other than getting like an extra 1,200 in the fucking game. But that's pretty much it. That's and oh, and for unlocking some game art. And if you want to see why I think like this, just click the annotation somewhere right there on the fucking screen. And if you still don't get it, why I think the police are horrible, check the video description of that annotation I just put in, and then there's a detailed explanation why I think the cops are pointless. And my final problem with this game is that sometimes for no mere reason the game world will just stop loading. However, that bug only occurs if 1. You remove the memory stick from your PSP, or 2. You just stand around in one place for too long and the game forgets that you even turn it on. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the rants. It's all the problems I have with this game. Overall, despite this game's many pathetic problems, rushed AI, and the game, just the physics engine unpolished, all those problems I mentioned, the features of this game, like letting you import your own MP3 songs, are pretty nice. The storyline is, while a bit boring for a PC game, for a PSP game, it's very acceptable and very good. And I got a lot of enjoyment playing this game. However, I should note that you should play this game only once. Play it once and just be done with it. Do not waste your money buying the UMD. Just download it from the internet or just, I don't know, rent it at a store or something. And now, here are my final scores for the entire game.